Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, why do you want a relationship in the first place? I've got an email here from a viewer, and we're going to talk about some of the things that are important to consider before you even get into a relationship. Because maybe it's not really a relationship you're looking for. Maybe it's just that you really haven't had a lot of experience playing the field or dating a lot of different women, so you really don't know what you don't know. You don't know what it is that you really want in a woman or in a relationship and what's most important to you. I've got an email here from a viewer, and he says, "Hi, Corey." He says, "You're so right about the only opinion at the end of the day that matters is your own. I like how you tell it like it is. In fact, this is the main reason why I've had such miserable luck with my relationships. I open my mouth and I tell them straight up. And lots of times they get offended and they huff off. And sometimes they leave on the spot. I don't really think I've ever had a relationship end in friendship." Well, it's like obviously you need to change. If you want to start getting along with women better, you need to go about changing your approach, because obviously what you're doing is not working. He says, "Usually they move 1,000 miles away. What am I doing wrong? If I do get involved, I can usually tell how long it will be before they dump me." Well, that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, because what that tells me about your belief system and the way that you think is that when good opportunities come, and they happen to everybody, you just automatically assume that it's not going to work out, or you're going to do something to screw it up, and it's just a matter of time before they find out what you're really like, and once they find out what you're really like, they're gone. And since you always assume that they're literally a moment away from leaving, you probably act a little cynical, and you probably bust their balls a little too much, and you probably come off as being abrasive and negative, and probably sometimes just downright mean. And what's happening is you're basically like projecting what you feel inside onto them. You're, in a way, you're projecting your anger over the fact that you expect to get rejected, and so therefore it's like you start treating them harshly because you assume it's just a matter of time before they find out what you really like, and their attitude changes, and they want nothing more to do with you, and so of course you're acting accordingly. And so you're sabotaging your own success before you even get very far, because you automatically presuppose that, just like you say, if I do get involved, I can usually tell how long it will be before they dump me. Not sure why, but I'm dead on sometimes. And it's like, in other words, Corey, I'm so convinced that I can fuck up every one of my relationships and I can turn every single girl off that I date. It's almost like clockwork. Well, I would encourage you to read my book. That would be first and foremost where you want to start out, so you can get some baseline knowledge, because when guys read my book, what usually happens is the light bulbs start going off in their head, and they start realizing all the things that they were saying, that they were doing, weak behavior, weak things they were saying that caused women that they were dating in the past or they had gone out with in the past and things didn't work out. They realize, oh, I totally get it. I see where I went wrong now. And so light bulbs start going off. And with all of my video newsletters that I do, I mean, you're literally getting 25, 30 different scenarios every week, from relationships to pickup issues to self-esteem issues, whatever it happens to be, because like every guy's in a different place. And so you get to see all these different situations and listen to what the guy's going through, what he's struggling with, and then ultimately how I advise him what his next move should be so he can overcome it or get success or seduce that girl or ask that girl out that he knows from the gym or whatever it happens to be. But like I said, you got to look at your own internal psychology, because think about it this way. A good thing to focus on is some positive affirmations. And so instead of, I can usually tell how long it will be before they dump me, how about, it's really awesome when I meet a woman and I really like her and she likes me, that I always seem to say and do the right things to cause them to like me even more. And the more I apply the things that I learned from Coach Corey Wayne, the better things seem to go in my life. And here's the interesting thing, is people will do more to avoid pain than they'll do to gain pleasure. And so for a lot of people, whether it's going after their goals and their dreams in life, or going and asking out that girl that they've always thought was kind of sweet on them at their favorite hotspot that they go to, what happens is the pain of rejection, or the perceived possible pain of rejection, becomes more real and more emotionally compelling to them than the pleasure of actually doing what it is that they fear and getting the success and the relationship that they want. And it's like I said, it's like in a way it's like in a way you blow it up on purpose just because you figure it's not going to work out. I dated a girl that was like that, and she was passive aggressive, and she knew it. And the thing was, is she would make problems in our relationship and screw not only our relationship, it's like she took total responsibility for every relationship she'd ever had. She said, it was like on our first date, she said, I fuck all my relationships up. And she knew it. And so in her mind, because I got to know her so well, what was going on is she just assumed, because she was very intimidated by me, and I know this because she told me, and several of her brothers told me this, because I was very, very successful, and I was very confident, and it just intimidated her. And so like deep down, she just figured, I won't be able to make him happy. Eventually, he's going to figure me out and realize that I ain't all that, and then he's not going to want me. And so when she would perceive that I would do something that wasn't what she expected, she just assumed it was because the relationship was going to end not too far from then. So she would do something and totally fuck it up. And then when she realized that she did something to fuck it up, she wouldn't do anything to fix it. She was not the type to pick up the phone and say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. She just didn't do those kinds of things. But it's really fascinating how people are motivated. And so from where you're at, what you really need to do is you need to work on all of your skills from what I'm seeing here. You need to work on your pickup skills. You need to work on your dating and courtship skills. And obviously you need to learn the relationship skills, because you got to successfully transition from meeting a girl to setting a date, eventually seducing her, dating and courting her over the course of several weeks and months to the point where she falls in love with you, and then she wants to be exclusive and have a relationship with you. But the thing is you gotta know what you want. You gotta know what's most important to you. If you haven't dated a lot of women, you just simply aren't gonna really know that yet, because it takes time and experience dating women and seeing what you're capable of. Because the women that you're able to attract today, if you apply the things that I teach six months, a year from now, more than likely you wouldn't even give those same women the time of day. Just because you've grown as a man, you become more comfortable, you become more confident, you become more successful, you've taken better care of yourself, you've gotten in better shape, and so you just naturally feel better about yourself. And being successful, not only with women, but anything in life, is really a direct result of how you feel about yourself, how good you feel about who you are as a man, and being able to live your life and do things more and more as you get older, so you spend more and more of your the time and the days and the moments of your life doing things that are really emotionally compelling and exciting to you. And like I said, the happier you become, the more your life becomes a creation of what it is that you want to do. Maybe you build your own business, or you get your ideal career, or you get the house that you've always dreamed that you'd have someday, or the car, or whatever it is that you want that's important to you in order to have that overall quality of life that you want. So if you have a question, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen, and send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max detailing your questions, your situation, your challenge, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, which I highly recommend if you haven't read it yet, on my website, underneath the email sign-up box, there's a box that has a link that will take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page for my book. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device, all you have to do is on the right-hand side, there's a button you can click to download a free e-reader app for your smartphone, tablet device, or your computer. It only takes a matter of seconds to download and install it and complete the purchase of my book. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters and the articles on my website and my ebook, you can show your appreciation by going to my website, and on the Wibbia toolbar, which will be at the bottom of your screen, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.